We are now in a good position to really realize the feminism has been a long run since the 19th Amendment, but in the 2025 era and post-social media and introduction of AI, women have taken over social media, so now artificial intelligence is posing a unique threat to feminism. So in the 2010s and 2000s, feminists have gathered together and really spoken about how men all over, instead of violence, should commit to finding out what it is he would be able to receive sexual intercourse from. By being a community and having conversations, so that we as immigrants or whoever we are would be able to achieve a piece of the wealth of the economy and a piece of technology around the world. Evidently it has worked, but surmountably all the people who survived and worked towards that even a little bit are still alive, a part of the network of intellectual property and reinforcement that inherently gives him the power to sleep with many women at a short amount of time, opposed to minorities working expeditiously and exponentially harder to receive the same amount of benefits. And to top it all off, his white surveillance and his white man burden is the evidence that he will say that helping or letting these people achieve sexual intercourse or wealth from a job or whatever it is more or less more reason for him to work harder to prevent that and to increase humanity's intellectual prowess. In layman's terms, in 2010 and 2000s, women all over were around the streets talking about how they could finally get some with social media and a lot of horny guys looking at photos of women. And so they told all the guys, hey, talk to us and we'll eventually give you what it is you want to do. Then they all started getting some, and guys were all patient. Then the crime started happening because women decided not to give the guys who were given ideas for money, because women wanted the money and women are inherently wanting to be president. So then social media was ended and dominated by feminists, and many men don't have girlfriends and are simps and things like that. Then it comes to many ideations of artificial intelligence, and now this has become a sort of, we don't need women to go around talking to these white men for intellectual property. But now white men are all over the place saying that's a problem, because women will end up saying they don't want to give him some sexual intercourse or money or wealth or status, so he's going to spend time to look out for people who are successful and have the possibility, but there is the fear of crime that will deter him. I'm making this video simply because there are many people out there who believe looking out into the iPad world and the iPad is a good thing. So if you realize when you're trying to achieve goals, even the young women who are stuck in iPads and things like that won't be able to really achieve their excellency, because their stupidity is more or less a increasingly amount of superstition that is somehow going to benefit the future with the amount of information they retain. That's why the brain rot culture. The other term that we know, as I spoke about in this channel, is gaslighting. Gaslighting is basically you trying to be a hard worker, immigrant, minority, and a white guy comes around and says, yo, we don't want that non-American stuff, so we are forcing this opinion on me, so you're gaslighting me. And that's sort of discriminatory. But the young generation, as we know, are majority white people in America, influencing the internet that was built by the US military, is now afflicting many women and dating cultures, and is fun or not based off who you are and how you look, and that's eventually what this video is going to be done about. So I particularly like my video short, so I am going to just tell you and leave it off there so you can relate, and thank you for watching to the end. I'll see you in the next one.